Hey guys, my name is Doug with Infotainment.com. Today we're working on 2013 to 2018 Ram 1500 and heavy duty trucks. This also pertains to the 2019 through the 2022 Ram 1500 classic trucks. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about power folding side mirrors. So those of you who have a Ram truck and your mirrors are not power folding, you are missing out. That is such an awesome, convenient feature as you drive your truck. So a lot of you know you have standard 6x9 side standard mirrors. They do come in chrome and the textured black, which are shown here. But those of you who have those already that want a little extra visibility when you're towing behind you, like I do, I like to have that visibility. I like to have the tow mirrors in the upright position, but boy, do they stick out far. There's nothing better than pressing a button and folding those mirrors in several different situations. So on my left-hand side, and your right, we have chrome tow mirrors available and textured black. Now, these specific mirrors here do fold up and down. That is a manual thing that you will have to do. But what's great about power folding mirrors is you can have a button to fold them in. Now, again, if you have standard side mirrors and you want to go to power folding, you don't have to install a bracket on your door. It is an optional thing. We'll tell you more about it on our website, but this is an option to upgrade to power folding tow mirrors. So keep that in mind as well. The only other things you need to do is not only just replace your mirror, but you'll have to replace the modules which are located in your door. You'll replace your driver's side window switch, which has the little button to retract and extend the mirrors. And lastly, we partnered with obdgenie.com to program the vehicle to enable the power folding mirror feature. Now, if you have a 2018 or higher Ram truck, you're going to want to also utilize this. It's a security gateway module bypass device, temporarily installs behind your radio so you can use the Genie. Now, if you have a 13 to 17, this won't apply to you. Forget I even said anything. This is super easy to use. You'll plug it into your OBD2 port. Once the vehicle's in the on position, you wait for the green light. As soon as you see the green light, the programming's complete, you can remove it and stow it away. But these are such an awesome feature. We've been selling these for years for all you Ram folks. So behind me is a Ram 1500. I'm going to show you guys how to install these. Now, we opted for the chrome tow mirror on this truck. We're doing a lot of factory upgrades to this truck. We have a whole video series on it on our YouTube channel. So we're going to go with the chrome tow mirror. We're also going to install, we'll show you guys just for fun how to install those reinforcement brackets in this specific truck. So again, very easy to do. So follow us along as we get started.
All right, before we get started on the install of our power folding side mirror kit, I wanted to go over an option that you can get if you want to. These are reinforcement brackets for those mirrors. Because those mirrors are larger, they're a little bit heavier. These are actually installed from the factory when you have these mirrors on your truck. We do have a link in the description of the ad on our website where you can get these. So if you do choose to go with the optional brackets, make sure to get a riv nut setting tool for the install, because your brackets will come with a hardware kit that has some nutserts as well as some bolts to go along with it. So just something to keep in mind if you do choose to get this installed at the same time. All right, to get started, what we need to do is pull off our door panel. Also, to aid in removing the window when it comes time to pull that off, I have the window down. So it's if you're working by yourself, it's a good idea to have the window down so you can access that mirror from both sides of the door. So where we're going to get started is actually on the perimeter of the door. You have a bunch of little plastic retaining clips that are holding your door panel on. And those have a little Torx head in the center, but you don't need any tools for that. But you don't need any Torx bit or anything for this. All you need is a flathead at most. Basically you're pulling the center out, and then you can pull the base out, and that's basically it right there. Now you got 6 of these all around the door, so we'll pull all of those out. All right, now that we have the switches out of the way, we basically don't have anything else holding the door on. You can just pull up on your door panel and pull away from the door, and we have freed our door panel. With our door panel out of the way, it gives us access to our module here. This is where all of our wires are going into. This is what we're going to be swapping out. So what we can do is just go around and unplug all of the plugs from it. And you don't have to worry about remembering where these went, because they will only go in one way. So you can't plug these into the wrong ones. This black one is actually going up to our mirror here. Now we're left with 2 T20 Torx screws holding on our module. So we'll pull those out. Now we'll just go ahead and grab our module with the L on it, or FL. This is front left for the left side door here. And I'm going to pull out our old one. I'll transfer over the little foam pad here, and I'll put that in place. The old module will not be used. I'll put that with the old switches. All right, now we're ready to remove the side mirror. All right, to remove the side mirror, you have 3 10mm bolts or nuts holding the mirror on. What I like to do is pull all 3 off while supporting the mirror, and then I'm going to put one back on there just to keep it from falling out. I'll put one back on there, just kind of hand threaded. I'll pull off that last nut. Now the only thing we have holding it on is that one nut that we left on hand threaded. So coming around to the outside of the door, this is why I left the window down, so I can stick my arm in here and undo that 10mm I left on there. I'll throw that in the truck. And now I have full support of my side mirror when I go to pull it out, so I don't have to worry about this mirror dropping down and damaging my paint. All right, now with our side view mirror removed, you'll actually see the 3 mounting bracket holes here. Ours have nutserts or riv nuts already installed in them. So you can see our bracket lines up perfectly to those holes. If you were going to install riv nuts on there to put the bracket in, basically you grab your riv nut tool, you flare out the handles, you grab the right threaded insert, and then you would just screw down your insert, or your riv nut. You'd stick it in the hole, and then you'd compress it. And then from that point, you could unscrew your tool from the now compressed riv nut. So basically that would just slide into the hole, and the back side of it would flare out, so it'd lock it in place, basically turning a hole into a threaded, somewhere that you can attach a bolt to. So that's all that comes with that. Again, you don't need to do this, but ours is already installed, so we're going to go ahead and add the bracket to it. And these are also 10mm in size, so all of these bolts will all use the same size socket. Now I'm going to leave the bracket loose, just like this, until I get the new mirror back through here. I'll put the nuts back on the new mirror, and then I'll tighten all of the bolts down at the same time. All right, with the new mirror in hand, you'll feel the weight difference. It's a much bigger weight difference from these new mirrors. Just slide it up in here. And just like before, you'll want to have a 10 mil in hand, one of the nuts that you pulled off, just so you can reach around into the window opening and kind of hand thread one on there. That way it'll support your mirror as you walk around, so you can tighten the rest of it down. And with everything hand threaded in, I'll go ahead and tighten it down. All right, now what we can do is clip in our new mirrors wiring into the factory holes that are available to snap those in place. And now basically we're just gonna connect our new mirror as well as all the wires that we previously removed. And like I said, these will only go in one way, so you can't screw anything up in here. All right, now we're ready to reinstall the door panel. All right, you want to make sure that you grab your door switch wiring and pull it through that hole so you don't smush it somewhere where you can't get it back up through that opening. And line up your door lock with the hole in the door panel. And basically you're just going to push the door panel against the door in that raised position and slide it down. If you get it right, the door should sit nice and flush. If it's wrong and something's popping out, just kind of lift it and slide it back down again. It should fall into place really easy, and you shouldn't be able to pull it out, even with no hardware on there. All right, now you can pop in your new door switch here. Make sure you pop the new one in and not the old one. The new one has the button to power fold those side mirrors in. And this will just plug in and pop back into place. All right, next I'm gonna pop our plastic covers back into place. And reinstall that Phillips screw right in the center of our door handle. Because this little cover for our screw here popped out, I'm just gonna slide that back in and snap it back into place. And lastly, I'm gonna put our retaining clips in around the perimeter of the door. All right, now that we got the driver's side wrapped up, let's jump over to the passenger side and do the same thing. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing on the passenger side, minus the door switches. We're gonna reuse the door switches for the passenger side, so we'll just pull these out and put these right back in when we're done. With our door panel removed, we'll go through the same steps and pull our connectors and remove our power window module here. All right, with our module swapped out, we'll go ahead and pull our side mirror just like we did on the other side, the three 10mm nuts. We'll start with the top one, pull it off completely, and then hand thread it back on so it'll support our mirror while it hangs there, and we can remove the other two nuts. All right, now we're ready to install our new power folding mirror. You guys still good? All right, with our mirror secure, we can go ahead and route the wires the same way we did on the driver's side. With everything plugged in and our mirror secured, we can reinstall our door panel and continue on to our Genie programming. All right, now we're ready to run our OBD Genie programmer. All right, all we got to do is turn the ignition on and plug in our programmer. All right, right, now that we got a green light on our programmer, we can go ahead and unplug it, and we won't need to use this anymore. Now we'll test out our mirrors. All right, so that wraps up this install. You're looking at about a 3 out of 5 on a difficulty scale for the install. This upgrade gives you a little bit convenience as far as the folding function goes, as well as the safety aspect of having the wider field of view when you're towing something. So if you like this install and you want to see more, come back to Infotainment.com.